What is happening, buddy? This is Cody, aka DFS Prodigy, coming to you live, breaking out this upcoming 4 kit. I was almost at 14 NBA slate, but this is NFL Week 14. I normally don't do NFL slates, breaking them down. I play them, but I normally don't really break them down on DraftKings in a video. So I figured, why don't we do it? I've been busy the past couple days with my fiance's graduation, and based on the NBA news, it's been wild for today. So I figured we're not going to do an NBA video because of how much the slate has changed with no Luka, Nets news, Jazz news, Donovan Mitchell's out. It's a mess. So I figured I did a little bit of research earlier this morning for this NFL slate. So I figured why not? Let's just dig into it. Um, I'm going to take it position by position. I'm not really going to do it team by team. So let's just start off with quarterbacks. On the Before that, though, hit the like button when we definitely subscribe. This is like I said, kind of different because I normally don't do NFL slates, but let's just go for it. Josh Allen up top against the Jets, not really a matchup I wanted to get to. 8-3. We saw him against the Jets in week 9. It looked okay at 26 fantasy points, but I kind of rather get 30 for if I'm paying 8-3. You can go to the Patrick Mahomes. It's a bad matchup though for him personally. Jalen Hurts against the Giants doesn't really intrigue me. I think I'm going to go forward towards more of a value. Joe Burrow against Cleveland. I know this is a bad matchup, but I think this is a kind of a get right spot for him. Again, I know it's a bad matchup, but Chase is back. He wasn't playing with Chase whenever he played Cleveland last game. So I'm kind of liking that. I don't mind going to him. Everybody and their mom's going to play Dak Prescott at 6'5" against Houston. I already know how that's going to go. Deshaun Watson, I would be more intrigued if he looked a little bit better last week. I was kind of just awful seeing him throw the ball. It didn't look like himself. The rushing wasn't even there. So I'm kind of off of him. I do like Geno Smith at 6'2". I think you can build a little bit of a lineup mini stack in this game. So I don't really mind going to him. Kirk Cousins is okay against Detroit. This is a great matchup for him, obviously, with Justin Jefferson. You could certainly look at him. Jared Goff, I don't mind going to the opposite side. I do like Huntley though at 5'5". That's kind of where I'm going. He's kind of the I don't want to say kind of the a different version of Lamar Jackson. He's not really exactly like him, but he looks like him when he's running the ball. I like going to Tyler Huntley a little bit, and that's a cheap price tag for him at 5'5". It's kind of what I'm looking at. And if you want to go for more value, you have Sam Darnold, you have Ryan Tannehill, and you have Russell Wilson down here at 5'1". That's cheap. I think there's a lot of cheap options you can go to. I'm not particularly going to spend up. On the running back side, though, CMC, it's going to be him and Brock Purdy. I think he's going to be lining up in the backfield. I like going to CMC. This is not a bad spot for him. Barkley's popped up with the questionable tag. That's going to kind of throw things in for a mix because I think I'm going to go to a lot more CMC if there's no Saquon Barkley. It's just kind of how my line's going to go. I don't mind going to Dalvin Cook though in this matchup also. I like him at 7'3". Joe Mixon looks good against Cleveland at 6'9". That's a good matchup for him also. You have a lot of spend up options to go to the running back spot. That's why I think I'm going to pay down at quarterback so I can fit in who I want at running back. But you also have Deontay Foreman, which if we look at Foreman, he's only 5'4" against Seattle. This matchup is a get right spot for him. I know he's kind of splitting the backfield with Chuba Hubbard, but I like getting to Foreman. So like I said, you have Dalvin Cook, you have CMC, you have Joe Mixon, um, Tony Pollard at 6'7" looks amazing to me. Also, I'm not messing with the Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swifts. I'm not messing with Najee Harris. Pacheco looks okay at 5'7". Like I said, you have Foreman though a little bit cheaper at 5'4". It's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm not messing with the Seattle running back. So with Kenneth Walker questionable, I'm not going to the Travis Homers. I'm not falling for that trap. I'm just not. The receiver wise, you can always obviously spin over Justin Jefferson. I don't mind going to him whatsoever. AJ Brown's okay. I'd much rather just drop down to Jamar Chase, have him Burrow and Chase stack. I really don't mind that at all. If you want to look at that, um, DK Metcalf is questionable. We can possibly look at Tyler Lockett. I don't mind that. Um, Garrett Wilson's cheap at 5'9". I love going to him. That's a cheap price tag. Christian Kirk, I forgot. It depends on what's going on with Trevor Lawrence. That will be my kind of my pivotal moment. DJ Moore, though, I know he has Sam Darnold, but Sam Darnold loves him some DJ Moore, so that's certainly a person to look at 5.5. Deontay Johnson's still cheap. I know how bad he is. I get it. It's just he's seeing a ton of targets. That's cheap. Um, DJ Chark is cheap at 4.3. He was one I wrote down earlier. I love going to him. So, like I said, I think if you're not spending up for Amon St. Brown or Justin Jefferson, you can, or Jamar Chase, you can pivot down to a guy like I said, Tyler Lockett. You can pivot down to a guy like Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Zay Jones if he doesn't pop up on the injury report. On the tight end spot, though, this is where it gets kind of interesting. So we have Travis Kelce up top at 7.6. I know he's been a cheat code. I like him. Huntley loves going to a Mark Andrews. But if you don't spin up for those two guys, you have George Kittle at 4.3 playing with a rookie quarterback. I get it, but he's 4.3. You have Dulich at 3.4. You have Bellinger at 3.3. Two amazing guys that are seeing targets. This is Wilson's favorite guy. He saw 8 targets last game. Bellinger, we know how good Bellinger has been when he's healthy. 5 targets, 5 for 5. He's a target monster. And you have also with who else? Gordon Akins. 2.8. 6 targets, 5 targets in the end zone, 3 targets. I like it. I like Akins. I get it. I mean, like I said, with no Brevin Jordan, it's going to be there for him. So that's kind of what I'm kind of looking at. So, like I said, if you're not spinning up for a quarterback, I'm going to drop down to the go-to, like I said, guys like Geno Smith, like Huntley. Those are 2 guys that I'm certainly interest me. At the running back, like I said, if you're not spinning up for a guy like CMC or Dalvin Cook or Joe Mixon, you can pivot down to Pacheco, Foreman, possibly. Where's Tony Pollard? Tony Pollard, 6.7. You have options. Like I said, this is going to be a chalky slate. I think it's going to be definitely chalky. It says if the chalk hits, we can fill in the other options with lone guys. We can certainly find a lineup that hits for us. So that wraps up the slate for us. I still thank you for tuning in. It was a great set for us over the day. Have a good one, everybody.